Let's face the harsh truth.
Fundraising is tough.
There are thousands of nonprofits, schools, and community organizations that are competing for your donors. Hi, I'm Christy with Funds to Orgs.
And I'm Eric. Hello. We're going to give you a few brilliant tips on ways to overcome the difficulties of raising money.
But first, we need to understand the challenges of why fundraising is so difficult.
Prospects and donors don't usually have a full understanding of what the charity does in the community.
It's also difficult for donors to understand the measurable results an organization is making within the community.
Leadership in an organization sometimes doesn't have a clear vision of what they're trying to do, which can make it really difficult for fundraising efforts and for their marketing team.
Also, donors become tired of the constant requests for money from multiple groups, from the schools of their children to peers at the office, as well as religious organizations.
It can be difficult to get high-quality volunteers that are willing to give up their time, talent, or treasure.
They have treasure?
That's what it says. They have treasure. They must be pirate volunteers.
And lastly, donors only want to give to direct program costs. They don't always want to support the operational expenses of running a nonprofit or group, which are essential for high-quality operation.
There are probably a million more reasons you can come up with as to why fundraising can be difficult these days, but one last one that can be very daunting is having so many donations. It sounds weird, but when you think about it, you have so many avenues to get messages and get donations from. You have Instagram, Facebook, text messaging, voicemail. Don't be daunted by how many people are trying to give you money, and make sure you try to respond to all of them.
And although there are a lot of difficulties with fundraising, we have 3 brilliant tips for you to overcome them.
Tip 1, change the perspective of your volunteers. A really important aspect of fundraising is the ask. It's really important to make your fundraising volunteers understand what they're asking for, to overcome their personal challenge with asking for donations. The ask can be very difficult for a lot of your volunteers, especially when it comes to their friends and family members, because a lot of times they feel like they're asking donations for themselves. Once you get your volunteers to understand they're asking for the cause, it makes that challenge way easier to overcome. So make sure you talk to them about what they're trying to do.
Tip 2, everything is an opportunity. Every aspect of your work can be presented differently to gain the type of support you want. For example, if you're seeking general operating help, that doesn't exactly excite your donors. However, if you inform them of the impact when making the ask, that tug on the heartstrings can make all the difference. So instead of asking for annual support from your donors, ask them to ensure that the 250 kids that serve in your after-school program have the resources that they need for next month. And then you can even take it one step further by explaining what those exact resources are.
Tip number 3, tell a story.
What kind of story?
Well, let me tell you. One of the best things you can do for your fundraisers, make sure you have your volunteers tell a compelling story about why you're trying to raise money in your community.
People are people, so what does it do? Those are probably the wrong words I sing to you.
Okay, people give to people, and the charities that raise the most money usually have the best stories. Take your cause and tease stories out of your cause that tug at the heartstrings. The statistics and facts about what you're doing in the community will usually help your volunteers tell your story better. We actually have a video on that too, so make sure you check on our link down below. Make sure you do a link down below on that. So take that video and this one and every opportunity to tell a compelling story. That way you have something your volunteers can use to tug at those heartstrings.
We hope these 3 tips helped you overcome the difficulties of fundraising.
For more information, make sure you click on those links down below and follow us on Facebook as well as here on YouTube. Give us a like, share, and subscribe.
My name's Christy.
And I'm Eric. We'll see you again next time.
Bye.
Oh, once there was a lady.
Hold on. That's not how it goes.
That's not...
Know the people change, so you hold on for one more day and you break free from the chain.
I'm so offbeat.
Yeah, that was really bad. For example, that was so strong.
Every aspect.
It's too late.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Done it. Okay.